Hi, my name is Morgan Williamson, and my vision project is called Camp Hope. And what Camp Hope is it is a camp for children of alcoholics to come and develop different coping skills. And the reason that I chose this as what I wanted to do is because my stepdad is an alcoholic and has been since I was very little, and I kind of wish that I would have had something like this growing up, so I would have been able to develop coping skills at a younger age. And the slogan of Camp Hope is showing those that have lost hope in their families that there is still hope in this world. The mission of Camp Hope is for children and teens of alcoholics to have a positive experience concerning coping skills and attitudes toward themselves and their parents. And this is my logo. The logo was chosen because the two hands holding represents the bond that I hope our campers have with the staff members. The logo also makes a heart using the hands, which represents the healing that I hope our campers will receive while attending. Our target population is children of alcoholics, and I chose this because according to the National Association of Children of Alcoholics, in the United States there are an estimated 26.8 million children of alcoholics, and research also suggests that over 11 million are under the age of 18. Factors associated with children of alcoholics include low self-esteem, loneliness, guilt, fears of abandonment, and severe depression. The most common type of prevention and intervention programs is the short-term small group format. The programs include components of information, problem, and emotion-focused coping skills, and social and emotional support. Schools are typically the most common intervention sites, but family and broad community programs have shown much promise as well. Socialization in a fun environment, such as Camp Hope, will make building relationships, leading teamwork, and building self-esteem with peers easier and more relaxing. A model program that I chose to kind of use as some reference for my camp is Camp Children of Alcoholism and Substance Abuse. It is located in Boston, Massachusetts, and it is a week-long camp for children living with the stress of alcohol or substance abuse at home or within the family. The camp offers reflection and educational support groups to teach their children about addiction, as well as how to express and deal with feelings and learn coping skills. My hypotheses. The hypothesis of etiology is children living with parents who are alcoholics are more likely to experience low self-esteem, loneliness, guilt, fears of abandonment, and severe depression. Older children may also develop phobias and begin to show negative self-image. The hypothesis of intervention is if children living with alcoholic parents who experience low self-esteem, loneliness, guilt, fears of abandonment, and severe depression have the opportunity to join and participate in a camp setting that offers reflection and educational support as well as coping skills, then children will likely report higher self-esteem, less guilt, less fear of abandonment, and lower levels of depression. The goals for Camp Hope are for Camp Hope members to learn about positive coping skills and have a rise in self-esteem. This will be achieved by December of 2017. 60% of our Camp Hope members will report as having developed positive coping skills and higher self-esteem after participating in the camp. Camp Hope members, the second goal is for Camp Hope members to have less guilt and fear of abandonment. By December of 2018, 55% of Camp Hope members will report as having less feelings of guilt and fears of abandonment after participating in our camp. And the third goal is for Camp Hope members to have lower levels of depression. By December of 2019, 50% of campers will report as having lower levels of depression after participating in the camp. So Camp Hope will serve 50 children between the 3 different weeks during the months of June and July. To qualify to attend the camp, there will be a mandatory parent meeting in May where they will learn different information and sign up to participate. The parents will find out about Camp Hope through flyers and business cards left at schools, Al-Anon, and AA meetings throughout the West Texas region. While attending Camp Hope, the children will participate in zip line, archery, and arts and crafts, as well as teaching proper coping skills, emotional and social support, and education about addiction. All activities will be done in group settings, and the team members will be encouraged to support one another, work together, and communicate effectively. Each day, camp leaders will meet their groups to discuss proper coping skills and information about addiction. So here's some of our staff. Our employees will have a Camp Hope manager who will need a master's or PhD in cfas, ADRS, or marriage and family therapy. They will be in charge of all of the paperwork, data entry, registering clients, training of employees, payroll, and monitoring camp activities. We also have 2 LMFTs. They will be in charge of training the other camp staff, monitoring camp activities, managing camp staff, scheduling activities, and other paperwork. And then we'll have 5 different staff members. All of those will be in their undergraduate or master level studies in some sort of cfas program to hold the position on the camp staff. They will be in charge of helping with camp activities, monitoring the campers during their classes, first aid, and course activities. And then all of our staff members will be CPR and first aid certified. We'll also have volunteers to help throughout the year when the camp is not running. Volunteers will help advertising the camp, help to administer measures, data entry, and putting together camp packets. We will be utilizing the one group pre-test and post-test design for assessing my outcomes. There will be 3 measures the children will take with the help of the camp staff at the beginning and at the end of each of the summer camp sessions. The data from the measures will also be collected at the beginning and the end of each of our session by our LMFTs. Our first measure is the satisfaction with life scale, which is 5 questions. This will help us determine how the child is feeling about themselves and about their life. This measure will be used to assess Objective 1, and to recall back to that one, Objective 1 was by December of 2017, 60% of Camp Hope members will report as having developed positive coping skills and higher self-esteem after participation in the camp. Our second measure is Beck's depression inventory, which is 21 questions. This will help us determine if the children are suffering from any form of depression. This measure will be used to assess Objective 3, which, referring back to that, is 50% of campers will report as having lower levels of depression after participating in the camp. Some information about our grant funding. Our program will be allocated by the Community Foundation of West Texas with the Community Fund Grant. There will be a total of $5,000 awarded for 1 year's time. The Community Foundation of West Texas provides grants for programs and projects in the areas of civic, social, and economic development, education and youth, basic needs, and self-sufficiency. Camp Hope is a good fit for this grant because we are working with the youth. The youth in West Texas will develop positive coping skills as well as alcohol awareness. Camp Hope also qualifies in the areas of social development and basic skills. And then here's our budget, and as you can see, about 75% of it, or not 75% of it, 7,500 of it went to basically renting out a facility during the summer weeks. We have our LMFTs who are all paid, as well as all of our staff members. Then we allocated money for a computer, a printer, and then my vehicle. And then the second part of our budget just goes into everything else that we would need, because you never want to assume that a place may or may not have something. And then we also included marketing, cell phones, and then our grant total came out to about $121,626. And so as you can see, we are currently about $128,000 under budget. And due to this, Camp Hope is planning to expand and double our numbers of campers within the next 5 years. We are also wanting to build our own camp because, as our budget showed, right now we are just going to be renting a facility. So we want to build our own camp here in West Texas within the next 10 years. The camp is currently under budget, and with this extra money, we will put it into a savings account so that we will be able to develop our own camp. We plan to be